when I start doing these things, and you talk about how it used to be and who used to live there a long, long time ago, okay?
I want to, do you have any stickies, little yellow stickies?
Yeah,
Or green stickies?
purple or anything to get your hand cut.
Right. Okay, great.
No, when I looked at these slides, I couldn't figure out where they were because they look so different in the picture. You walk by or you drive past a house and they don't look like that at all to me. You know, maybe you're just not aware of it or something.
See, you see more than just the exact front of it.
Right.
When you're going by, you see the whole thing.
Exactly, you don't just see one, but I had a hard time with Armstrong's, because he took it from that side, and I was saying, where is that fence? And, you know, I had no idea what it was.
Right there, that's back there. I know there's some around.
What do you need, Vernon?
Scotch tape.
I'm just looking for some scotch tape.
Oh, I'm sure there's some, you're gonna try to cover up the,
Yeah, well, there's no sense in,
The light?
the light isn't necessary, so. Why don't you just go this last one?
Did you have any guests down at your place last night?
Don't they come down at
About a dozen.
I don't think there were as many as usual.
That's
I don't
what,
think so either.
No.
I think the party the night before maybe
Maybe.
tired them out a little.
The
I
younger
don't
ones
know.
anyway.
Yeah,
They didn't come around.
they had a
much.
good time at the party.
If
I
you're
hope
gonna
so.
be conning people on, you
I,
should be.
you know, you go in other places,
What
you
is
see
it?
toilet paper all over.
Conning people on,
But
you
not-
should
we
be
didn't
on
have a
the
bit
other
of it
side
here.
there. You don't need to be behind.
I didn't see a squash pumpkin either,
Yeah,
but in
everyone
other
knows.
places I
Take
saw
your
'em.
little
Mhm.
wire.
Okay,
No, it was very-
okay.
very-
Okay, I can do that.
You want to check?
Yeah, that would be better.
Here you go. Okay,
Very good.
whenever you're ready.
All right, ladies, are we ready to go? Okay. Wait a minute, I gotta push the button down here. Push me up, push my high down. Okay, that went backwards. Going backwards. You pushed something that did reverse. I didn't touch it.
Here, you get to push the top.
Okay. All right, here we are.
That's where I live now. It was originally, and still is really, the tenant house for the Dorn Farm, which is across the bridge. Over the years,
Can't figure it out.
I remember when Harold Birch lived
Yeah,
there.
I
gonna
can
say
remember
that's it,
Harold
Harold,
Birch
yeah.
first, and his
And
mother and
Wheeler's.
father.
Wasn't there? George
And then over the
Wheeler?
years, there've been so many
That I
changes.
don't remember.
But a big percentage of the time, it was rented, as it is now, rather than used as the tenant house.
Mhm.
So,
Well, it was a tenant house for the farm across the creek, the
yes,
Dorn farm.
across the creek.
Yeah, yeah.
The main attraction for the house is the old sycamore tree, which dwarfs it. And so many people who come to see me are amazed at the interior, how large it is, because they think it's a tiny house. But
Mhm.
it's a matter of perspective from the outside.
Mm-hmm. Right, now this is the house that Stephen L. Dietman lived in. And when I came here, this was a tenant house also, was it not?
If
For the
Dorn-
Dorn farm.
Yes,
Mhm.
an office. He used one side for an office.
Fred did?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Finkel's lived there.
That's the first I remember there.
Did they work for Dorn's?
No, oh no.
Oh,
It wasn't, Dorn bought that in, you might say, recent years.
I see.
It was always a separate home.
Mm-hmm.
What did Finkel's do?
Oh, no, I have no idea.
Well, she was called Tony Finkel, but I don't know what her first name really was.
Well, there were two Finkles
Oh,
in
were there?
town. And we always called her the lazy Finkel, and the other one was
Oh, dear.
the other one's a crazy Finkel.
Oh dear. Oh, here we go. We have to edit these films again. Let's get off of that one.
There, there was a-
wanna know why.
No, we're not gonna do that. George will get upset. All right,
One
this is
Finkel
where
was
George
Johnny
Volmuth and
And-
Janet Langlois
Johnny
lived.
Finkel.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my impression was that the original part of this house was just about the oldest building in North Chatham because it's an original salt box. And of course, it never looked like this when I moved here.
Oh.
No, I guess not.
It was falling down the hill.
All it
Well,
was just that
the
Yeah, it was
main,
just that
large
main
structure
spot.
with
The other, they've
Exactly.
added
the whole
all that.
house.
And there was a porch on the front of it.
Not
There
too
was a
big at
porch
first,
on the front.
but then they built the porch on the front. And then, sad but true, folks used to ride through town to see what new they'd added to the porch.
Who are you talking about? You're talking about
The Lomans.
the Lomans? Oh, well, I remember that somebody wanted, when Potts bought it, didn't he want Lloyd Welch to pull the porch off? And Lloyd wouldn't do it just as a matter of principle because he said there ought to be a porch there.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't at first. Helen, I think, had that porch built.
Uh-huh.
She tried at one stage as she got older to fix it up a little, even did some painting
Mhm.
because it
You know
lacked.
why they took so many porches off of the houses? I think this is interesting.
Why?
Well,
Why?
because I thought it was terrible, you know, I
Yeah.
love the porches. Well, the upkeep,
Yeah, because they
you
were
know,
rotting.
they start going down and then
Sure.
they pull them off.
Sure, sure.
And the fact that with so much extra traffic, people didn't enjoy sitting on the front porch like they used to in the old horse and buggy
Right,
days.
right.
I've been told that too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Think of the traffic today. Oh,
Okay, this is where the Moores live.
yeah, that was Henrietta Douglas's house.
But
Yeah.
it was the Kemper house as
Yeah.
I knew it.
Uh-huh.
And down in back, Mr. Kemper had a machine shop. That little building down by
Yes.
the,
Yeah, down by
creek.
the creek. But I don't know how he could work in that in the spring, because sometimes the water is right up through that.
I know it. Well, maybe it wasn't then. Maybe
Yeah.
before the dam went out, there
Oh,
was a
maybe.
difference.
Right,
Mm.
right,
There was quite a difference in the old days.
yeah. Now Henrietta lived here for a long, long time. She taught at the school
Well,
when I came
think
here.
she came around her before World War II,
Mm-hmm,
because I know that Betty, who was married to a service officer, and she stayed there quite a while.
Now, my
Good.
first memory of that was Vedder. Vedders.
Vedders?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's before my time.
No, but that's the reason
Sure,
I'm
sure,
Fill 'em
that's
in.
what they want.
Okay, this is where I live now. And
It
I
used to
do
be
you
the
know-
Birdsell house.
Do you know
It
anyone
was-
there before your brother lived there?
Dorflinger. We bought the store from Dorflingers.
this one here,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Lloyd Welch gave me a whole list of people who lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And according to him, this house was built by Mr. Ring for a Mr. Clapper.
Oh,
And
that's
Clapper, and this was because it's on the map from 1858.
Well, that would be your grandfather, wouldn't it, Mary?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it'd be Mary's grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Birdsell lived there a long time, didn't he?
Oh,
well,
That's
that
the
was-
one I remember.
But
Yeah.
Dorflinger was before Birdsall, of
Uh-huh,
course.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what, Mr. Birdsell was, I thought didn't he go to Ethiopia or something after World War II to help them with their agricultural
He
program?
had charge of something like that.
Yeah.
He had a big job in
Yeah.
the state agricultural department,
Mm-hmm,
and he went there to
right,
use some of
yeah,
his
we
training.
bought it from his son when Mr. Birdsell died.
Right.
And he used to wash his big car when it rained.
Well, that makes a
He
lot
never,
of
he never
sense.
did it except when it poured rain. He would go out and he'd wash his car and the rain would
smart
wash
was
out.
well
It was
rich.
beautiful.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is the barn behind my house.
That used to be a saloon.
Yes, that was the saloon.
Yeah.
And over
Before
on
my
the,
time.
over on the side over there, there's a black board
don't
that had
remember that.
saloon just outlined on
Because I
it.
don't remember.
Well,
Oh,
this
no.
was a long time ago.
Long
This
time
had to be
ago.
back in the 1800s.
No.
Yeah.
But as far as I know,
I never knew that.
it's the only saloon that in town, I guess.
The only one they ever allowed.
Well,
Yeah.
they had a bar at my place.
Oh, did they?
Before Prohibition.
Uh-huh.
In fact, everything was still there when Mother bought it.
Mm-hmm.
She sold the mirror that went behind it. People wanted to reopen after the end of Prohibition, but she said we were little girls and she wasn't gonna have a bar there
Mhm.
with us growing up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now this is where Toby Arnold lives, and this is
Well,
actually
they certainly fixed that up.
part of the Arnold farm and was a
Right.
tenant
Well,
house.
it was the mill house,
Uh-huh.
technically. That's what it was always called,
Okay.
because it was backed by the mill,
Mhm.
and usually some of Arnold's help lived there.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when Ham had that mill.
Ham had the mill?
Ham,
Okay, all right, tell me what these mills were now.
cider mill.
Well, I know that, the one on the right is a cider mill because the big wooden thing is still in there.
Yeah.
But what did they use the one on the left for?
Lumber,
That
wasn't-
must have been the grist mill, because there was a grist
Yeah.
mill, a cider mill, and a sawmill.
Oh, okay, okay. And it was down back that the mill ditch ran.
The big wheels. Is
Right
the wheel
behind.
still there?
The mill ditch was
gone?
put
I
in
think
to
it-
feed the water
Down
for the
behind,
mill.
behind
Yeah.
all the houses in town.
For power.
Mm-hmm. And this is the sawmill part
That's
of
the
it.
sawmill.
And then the mill ditch, after it empowered all of those mills, dumped out into the
Is that a
stream
little
right
horse
down
or a
in
That's
cow?
right,
Mhm.
that's right.
Little calf?
I can remember, I can remember two things, maybe I shouldn't tell you, but I
Go ahead.
felt, one, was a narrow track, about maybe a yard, but I doubt quite that, and a heavy cart that rolled on it to move the logs down to where they needed them in the mill.
Mm-hmm.
And we kids, when we were 6, 7, 8 years old, played down there because Phyllis was our age.
Phyllis Arnold.
And I can remember slipping and getting caught under it. Not that I was under the wheels,
Yeah.
but in between. And they had to get somebody in the family older to move it a little so I could get out, because when it hit my head area, I couldn't move my head.
Oh my,
Oh, it
that's
must have been
scary.
Well, I remember going over to the apple bin and getting
Oh.
apples.
Oh, in the, at the
Oh,
cider
well,
mill.
that's my other story, not about getting apples, but the apple bin was on the end of the cider mill, the upper end, and they'd come in with horses and wagons, originally trucks later,
Right.
and dump the apples in this bin, and it had a sloping floor, and it would be quite full, but there was a chute down at the bottom. There was a trap door, you might say, that he could open. And we kids, after school, loved to go over there and climb in and play on those apples because they rolled
Sure.
around. And when I think of all the sanitary health rules today, I often wonder.
And
then
you were
go
walking
and-
around on those
Yeah,
apples.
sure.
Well, I always think
And
of
they
the
never-
apples and the worms, and that we used to go over, and we went over to eat, you know,
Ah,
go
That
out.
made the
sure.
cider much better.
Playing in
you know.
that was like these things
All
that they
that
have for the
protein.
little kids.
That's right.
With all the balls in it that
Yeah.
they get in and.
Well, oh, it was great fun.
Well, we used to always I used to bring quart jar down. And when you got ready to go back from school, you'd go over and Hubie would take this hose that he had, he'd go like that and
Yeah.
get it started and
Yeah.
fill that quart jar of
Siphon it.
cider
Yeah.
so that you could take it home. And there was nothing ever tasted as good as his sweet cider.
Of course not.
Had lots of stuff in the bottom, you know, had lots of
Yeah.
mother in the bottom of it, but it was delicious.
And it went hard pretty quick too.
Oh, I'm sure it did, yeah. It didn't last that long, Doris.
This is where Vi Johnson lives now.
Yeah, she'd been there a long time.
Yeah.
Do you remember anybody there before Hoagle's had it?
Didn't,
No.
I thought
remember
that
Hoagle's.
Joyce Clapper's mother's family lived there.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Joyce's mother? No,
Joyce's?
I don't think Idleman's ever lived there.
I thought they lived there.
No,
Idleman's lived in the
Idleman's-
store.
as
Oh,
far as I
Idleman's
remember, the
lived in the store,
Hogels.
at the store.
But
okay.
I don't think they ever lived there unless it was when Edith was a little child or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
you
never
have no
remember that.
recollection of it, no.
Right now, Mr. Katner lives here. I always felt badly that they took that other big window out of the front.
Yeah.
And there was 2 windows in the
Uh,
front.
Yeah.
That
Big
was
long
That was
one.
where the post office was.
That was
I
the
was
post
gonna say, the
office?
When
post
I-
office was
It's right
there.
Oh,
there.
is this
yeah.
the one they talked about? There was a robbery one time or something?
I don't know
Oh, I
anything
guess
about
we-
that.
Guess
I don't
we won't
remember
talk
that.
about
But in those days, old Norm Miller, wasn't it? Had
Yeah.
a cart, and he took the mail from the post office up to the trolley station.
Uh-huh.
Wheelbarrow.
Okay.
And then when they'd unload some from the,
He was
Trolley.
killed on the road.
He
He was
was
killed on the,
walking on the road with
Oh,
his
With the
cart.
cart? With the
Yeah.
mail cart?
The cart was about this wide and about this long,
Uh-huh.
and it had a handle
Yeah.
with 2 big wheels and a couple little ones, I think, up front for
Right.
when he wasn't pushing to rest on.
I think there's an old picture around
There
somewhere.
is, it's in the book.
I think there is,
there,
yeah.
that mistress's name was Harder.
Harder?
Harder.
Yeah.
Lily
Yeah,
Hard.
Lillian Harder.
Lillian
And
Harder?
she used to give me a dime to deliver,
A special delivery?
special delivery
Well, Sarah, you were a
letters.
postal employee.
Sure.
Mary, you better apply for a pension.
Yeah, try it and see.
Yeah, let's try.
And there was a porch on that
There
house
was a
too.
door,
Yes,
you used to
there
go to
was
that
a
back
porch
door if you
across
wanted to
the
see if
whole
it had any
front of
mail.
the
Well, there was
No
a
matter what
porch
type it
on,
was.
porch on the front of
Mrs.
my
Harder would
house
always give you the
too.
mail.
Now that I don't remember.
Yeah, well, I know that there was a porch on the front of mine from the movies taken in the schoolyard
Yes.
when Alan Arnold and
Yeah,
that
they
age
were-
people were
Those
sliding
taken
down.
in the late 20s, those
Yeah.
movies were taken.
Right, and there were porches all across the front of my house.
Mr. Hogel was Mrs. Harder's stepson,
Uh-huh.
as I understood it. I
Who?
know- Mr. Hogel.
These two houses
I never knew that.
There
look
was
to
a
me.
relationship. He and George Harder were half-brothers or something of the sort. George was his
These two
son.
houses look like they were built. This
Oh
one
yeah, George had
and
a
this
son.
one looked
He
like
must
they
be
were
dead
built
now, isn't he?
Yeah.
about the same time. I don't know who built them, but don't they look like they were built about the same time?
This one, yeah, see that?
Because
right
that's
there.
where Tammy Rouse
Tammy
lives.
Looks
Rouse.
almost like it,
But
doesn't
that
it?
addition on the side was added.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
well, it would be the same with the other one, because,
Yeah,
Let me
the
see if I
garage
can
was
reverse
added
it
the
here.
same way.
say that,
They
see
were
This
how,
both-
one used to have a porch, and I used to go to that back door to see, have her get me the mail.
Uh-huh.
No matter what time it was, you'd go ask Mrs. Harder, she'd go see if you had any mail.
didn't care, they
She was
didn't
a
have
sweet
regular
girl.
She
hours.
was.
Yeah.
You know, we never thought a thing about it. She just did it natural as
Yeah.
could
Sure.
be.
Okay, now this is where Sandy Connors lived.
Yeah, this had a nice porch on it, but took it
That
off.
was
Yeah.
the Schermerhorn
So
place.
many
Right.
did.
Yeah, and then this, of
Irish
course, had the other
Schermerhorn.
apartment on the other side, but I guess she uses that as part of the house now.
The, when I came, Ira Skimmerhorn was still living there, and he had that shop in the back that he
Oh, but before that, he had a traveling grocery
Yeah, we did
truck.
have his traveling grocery
He
too
had
at
a
the same
traveling
time.
grocery truck and a little store in the very back room in the house.
Oh,
in
really?
part of what's now the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I particularly remember because when the snow, he drove mostly the country roads over around Malden, Old Chatham,
Mm-hmm.
that area, maybe down Chatham Center Way some too, but, and delivered to farmers and such. He had a well-stocked truck,
He did.
but in the
I
winter.
think there's a picture of that too, isn't
Yes.
there?
In the winter, when he couldn't get around, he hired my father, and he would take orders from the people by phone,
Mm-hmm.
and then Daddy, with his horses and sleigh,
Right.
would deliver them. I would go with him, because he
Mhm.
knew where they
Right,
went.
right. Well, he had this barn off here to the left of the house, and when I came, he was still fixing lawnmowers
That's
and
right.
Yes.
motors and all kinds of
Yeah.
things in there.
Yeah.
And he used to make his own bleach and sell that.
He made his own bleach?
Bleach and sell that.
Oh my
Oh, I
goodness.
never heard that.
Because that's sort of a chemical kind of thing
Yeah.
that you would be concerned about.
Made it,
Whoa.
put it in whatever he had to put it in and sold it.
just a soda bottle or anything, right?
I
Well,
can
no, it
remember
wasn't
when
soda
he had
bottle, but it was the old vinegar bottles, you
Yeah.
know.
when he had a broken knee, and my father gave him skunk oil to
Yeah, I
rub on
remember
it.
having buying skunk oil from your
And it
father.
helped.
It works too.
He broke his knee at a baseball game.
Okay,
We
now
always-
you're
we
gonna have
always
to pronounce this.
This
He
is
always played
Tamaya's.
baseball?
We always had a 4th of July baseball game,
Uh-huh.
and he
That's-
was on the team, and he broke it on one of those.
Those new trees are doing nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they're great.
Now, this is Tamai's live here now.
Yeah, but it was the Farrington place.
Right.
I don't know of anybody before that,
No,
I don't
neither.
either.
but there were, supposedly, that house, or the basement, they housed runaway slaves.
Oh, really?
Sort, part of, I don't know, if it's part of the Underground Railroad idea, or whether it was just a kindness to.
Well, there's,
That one in the Jordan house and where I am now.
well,
And
I
what
heard
else?
that about the place
Where I
across
am
from
now.
me. I heard that when we get to the other one across from me, I heard about that. But they do have a complete kitchen in the
Oh, it's
basement of
beautiful.
this
I
Jim
house.
lived-
Temple put that in.
Temples
Yeah.
lived there more than they did
The
anywhere else in the
fireplace,
house.
there was a fireplace
Right.
there from way back,
Mm-hmm,
but Jim Temple put the.
right. Now, it's a beautiful downstairs kitchen. The only trouble is getting the groceries back up and downstairs. All right, these are the apartments next door, and I remember when Jordans lived there.
Sylvester Bain owned it when we were little.
Uh-huh.
And there was a post office in this
Yeah, the
end
post office
too.
this side.
Well,
Travers.
Mr.
Well,
In
Mr.
which
Jordan
side?
had it too, or
In the
Mrs.
left-hand
Jordan.
side, he's
Yeah.
talking about the left-hand
Oh,
side.
well, when Jordan had it, the post office was,
Oh, well, this
the
was
right-hand
before
side.
that.
yeah, I know. Well, that was, who did it? I can't think of the
Jordan
name.
had the post
Travers.
office.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear you say the name. People named Travers.
Mhm. And they
owned
had
the
a post
house at
office
one
too?
time. That was before my time,
Uh-huh.
but, mother was a good friend of one of the daughters, and that's why
Oh, isn't that great?
Okay, now this is the church barn that was moved down just last year.
What a shame that
And
would have
when
been
we-
to
Well,
smash it
to
up.
me,
I know.
So
it
smart
looked
that
so
they did that with
natural
it.
there, because we had a bigger barn, of course,
Mhm.
that stood in similar position, not quite, but burned,
I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
Not quite as far out as this is.
right. Wasn't quite as far out, it
No.
was much larger,
Mhm.
but
Well, I'm
somehow just having a barn sitting there
Mhm. I'm sure that
made
by
it seem like home to
by
me.
the time it's finished, it will be lovely.
Right,
Okay, now this is where Larry and Pat Cavanero live,
Right.
and this is where you grew up,
You would
Jane.
never
I grew
know
up there,
that was the same
my
place.
family
It's a
moved
little
there
different.
when I was 4.5.
I love those porches. I
And
thought that was a
I lived there
sacrilege to
until I
make those
was
porches.
All the way
78.
around, upstairs too,
Yeah.
originally.
70,
I always thought that was ridiculous.
71.
Mhm.
But,
And this had,
thought it ruined it.
originally
I
this
hated
had
it.
originally it
upstairs.
had a porch all the way across the front and down both sides.
Yeah,
Upstairs too,
upstairs, yeah.
originally, upstairs too.
Beg pardon? Oh,
Originally.
well, I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, no, that's all right. My father eventually took the porch on the left side off because of upkeep.
right.
But there, when we moved there, there was an upstairs porch also. And that,
How did
Was-
you get, how did you get out on the upstairs porch?
through what's now windows in
Oh,
the
I see,
center.
okay. Uh-huh.
And we kids loved it, but it was rickety.
Mhm.
And so mother was concerned about it, and she had it taken off, and when she did, they discovered up under the eaves trim that indicated there never had been an upstairs porch at one time. And by the same token, the Cavaneros discovered, or the railing on that upstairs porch we put on the downstairs porch. Originally were steps all the way around.
Mhm.
But the Cavaneros discovered, by way of an architect who goes into old homes, I mean, judge, that originally there was something similar, who knows exactly what,
Right.
to what they have now. They could tell by the structure
Mhm.
that originally there hadn't been a downstairs porch either.
Right. And this was the hotel.
and it was the hotel, and the bar room that I spoke of, you went in the south door, which went into our business room, and that was Mr. Harvey, who Mother bought it from. That was his office.
And they had a
The room in-
daughter,
Huh?
they had a daughter, Carrie Harvey, which was a school teacher.
Who?
Carrie Harvey.
Carrie Harvey. She's-
Oh, Carrie Harvey, yes.
Where did
yeah.
she teach school, Edith? Did she teach in the little school?
Oh, I didn't know she taught here. She was married in our living room, which was on
Mm-hmm.
the left. But the room behind, what we used as a kitchen in the front part of the house was the old bar room.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And the bar was there, the mirror was there in back of it, the drainage thing in the cellar where they put I wouldn't say drainage, where they put a keg of
Yeah.
beer and then they pump it out,
Right,
you know,
right.
this downstairs and all that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's
No,
what,
we first ran it, what, like nowadays you call a bed and breakfast. We called it Elm Tree Inn. I still had a sign for a long time that said that. And then we rented 2 apartments and didn't take tenants. And then we started selling ice cream and candy and soda and cigarettes. And then in the early 40s, Mother became an invalid, and I just went on with that. I also started carrying newspapers and the Courier
Mm-hmm.
and a few gift items and stuff, but nothing big.
But this was a gathering place for the kids to play cards and stuff,
Oh, yes.
right?
They used to come, and if there was a ball game, they'd all come after the ball game and sit around on the porch and hash over the game, and all year round. They'd come in the winter and ordinary cool weather. They'd come inside. Somebody usually could play the piano, and sometimes they'd play and sing. We usually had at least one card game going, Pinochle or 500, not kids' games really. And they were interested. They played. My father played with them. He was much older, obviously. And you take Jack Ring, Al Arnold, all that age group.
Right.
They spent all their time here. The one time, the Light Boys had company from Maine, and they yelled to the mother, "We're going over to the hotel." And their aunt shuddered. Having boys going to the hotel, that would be awful.
Right.
So Mrs. Light had to explain that it wasn't the usual place.
Uh-huh.
And Mother was strict. On Sunday nights, they couldn't play cards. They should go to church, but if they didn't, they certainly weren't going to be at our house playing cards.
Aha.
They could come if they wanted to. And a lot of the kids would come in and say, "I got to be home by 10 o'clock. So when it got to be just about 10, I'd remind them, off they'd go. It was very informal, but I was second mother kind of.
Okay, now this is Mary Suarez's house, and I've been hearing about the house that was next to that on the south
I was
side.
gonna say, I was gonna mention that,
Yeah.
was yours. The Kingman House, it was called. And it was perfect. It was a perfect shape when it was taken down.
Right.
Mr. Howell bought this house, and then when Miss Kingman died, he bought that house because they were alongside of each other and long houses, and he couldn't see as much as he'd like to out of his windows. And he could afford it, so he had it
Just
torn
wanted the
down.
privacy.
And it was such a
Yeah.
shame because it was a good house.
But now the old pictures that I see, this was some kind of a carriage factory?
carriage
Originally, it was a carriage
Carriage
shop.
shop.
Dudley Walker. Was it Dudley who ran it, Edith, do you know? Or,
I don't know.
but Dudley Walker was involved in it.
Uh-huh.
I think you gotta go back to Jane's house because that's where the first post office was in 1826,
Oh, okay.
Where?
at your house.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
in my
you wanna
house?
go all the way back to number 1?
Yeah.
I want to
no.
go back to,
Okay.
I'm just going reverse a couple.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going, I
No.
thought Jane's house was the first one.
No, not
No,
first one, the
this
other
one here. Wait a minute, I'm going back and forth. Something's
You gotta go
catching
back
us.
Well, what
another
difference does it
No,
make? You're
that's
telling
what's
us.
wrong, yeah, so.
I never heard that.
Oh, yeah,
There.
that's in the books.
Yeah,
This is the
What date
first
did
That
you
was
post office?
1826.
1826.
The
He
first
had,
post office?
yeah, and there was a side door, and they came in on the, well, I don't know about that so much now, but he just had a big easy chair and a small little bench, and that was his post
That's-
office,
that's
and he
it,
sat there
yes.
with his feet up.
Well, just the same as you do now.
You're surely I don't have room to put my feet.
Yeah,
Okay, this is,
1826, yep.
that
This
was the
is-
Cum house in my day.
this house here?
Mrs. Cum and Mrs. Howell were sister and brother.
I see, so they
And
live
they're
next,
sisters, I mean, they're
Yeah.
two
Live
women.
next
And
door to
Mr. Howell owned that place too, but it was always called the Cum house.
Mhm.
And the Cums came every summer. They worked in New York, I believe, until he retired. And several of their children, as they grew up, came. And Mother used to serve dinner for them. The Howells ordinarily had a housekeeper who did cooking too, but for 2 or 3 years, for some reason, they couldn't get one. So we served dinner to the Howells at night.
And there was a porch all the way around
Yeah, it's
that.
good.
All these different kinds of auditory, visual, and tactile and motor things effortlessly, accurately, and speedily, just right on time, so that you don't have to think about it. Now, what would it be like if you were in the same situation, but you didn't have a structure that allowed you to do all of those things effortlessly? What would it be like? Perhaps one of the most important events in the history of autism was the discovery that autism involves a loss of neurons within the cerebellum, and that this loss of neurons occurred very early in development.
Cruchain's theory may throw light on some of the problems of the autistic, but it leaves other aspects unexplained. For example, their almost universal inability, at least at an early age, to sense others' mental states or intentions, or indeed their own. This strange mind blindness, as it has been called, may lead to a complete lack of understanding in social situations, and not infrequently to sudden panics and explosions. We saw one of these on a cold afternoon in Williamstown. We had been warned by Jessie's mother not to ply her with too many questions. What and how questions in particular. For several minutes, we watched patiently as Jessie pored over an old ledger. Then, fatefully, the director's curiosity got the better of him.
What are you looking for?
What is me that?
Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to snap at you.
Don't ask me that, Jessie had roared. Unintentionally, we had breached her defenses.
Yes.
It's okay, Jess. He didn't realize he's not supposed to ask you what questions.
We had overloaded the fragile structure of her world by asking an impermissible question.
I felt ashamed about snapping.
No, I know you're not feeling happy about that,
Yes.
but you've behaved so beautifully all the weekend.
Yes.
And you remember, you don't have a record anymore to break.
Yes.
So it's just a little snap that you had.
Yes.
So you can just, once you just, can you possibly forget about it?
Yes.
This was the first time, Clara told me later, that she had ever seen Jessie express embarrassment over such an outburst. Such belated social and moral awareness not uncommonly develops in the autistic as they advance through adult life, as if certain brain systems were finally maturing. There are degrees of mind blindness among autistic people. Warden, unlike Jessie, appears to have some awareness of the mental states of others. he seems to know that his rituals are strange and can talk about this. One afternoon, we came upon him in the playroom. He was watching a freeze frame of a videotape. He had been there for 30 minutes, just looking at the same thing.
It's not Coronation Street or a film like that you usually see in England. It's a movie. It's Columbia twice-star picture. She looks the weirdest at the spa with makeup, and her eyelashes stands up. And you could put the camera to her eyes and see how different it looks, because her eyelashes doesn't look normal because she wears now makeup.
I was struck by Warden's understanding of this fixation. He had found a way of not allowing change to occur, and was keen that I should know about the comfort this brought him. And in the act of telling me, he acknowledged my existence.
This light to it, everything still gives you a full feeling. You know what I mean? Gives you a full attention. When something quick, you don't get the full idea of it. When something's still, you take a look at it and to know the whole look and feeling.